Well, joining me now is Spencer Critchley. He's managing partner at Boots Road Group. Now, that's a creative marketing agency. He's also a Democratic strategist and was campaign advisor to former President Barack Obama. Some have called this election a stress test for American democracy, largely because of President Trump's actions last night, which many were predicting. A lot of analysts expected him to kind of react the way he did. Were you surprised at all? And where do you see this going? Is this a test for the democracy?
Yes, I think it's more than a test. I think President Trump has already inflicted very serious damage on democracy. And I think we as Americans have to accept our share of the responsibility for allowing it to happen. I don't think we can understate, even in the context of what we've seen to date, just how serious what the president did last night was. That was, in effect, an attempt at a coup. Thank God that our military is loyal to the Constitution, not to any one person, and certainly not to this person. But he was calling for the overturning of a peaceful, legitimate, democratic election. If we don't have trust in our elections and a peaceful transfer of power, we don't have a democracy. So again, I cannot overstate how serious that was.
And Spencer, we've seen these transitions before so many times in our lifetime. The loser graciously concedes, calls on the country to unite in a speech. Trump has been busting norms from the beginning. You don't suspect he'll do that, do you?
I think it's going to get worse, actually. Between now and his final departure from the White House, we have absolutely nothing based on his record in office and the record of his entire adult life to think that he'll do anything differently than what he's done before. And what he's done before is not only bust norms and attack the very foundations of democracy, but steadily escalate the seriousness of what he's been doing. Now that he's facing the ultimate nightmare for somebody who apparently suffers from some form of malignant narcissism, meaning he's facing the undeniable fact that he's a loser, I think he's going to do what the psychologists call decompensate. He has a fragile ego that's essentially an artificial, flimsy construction that he presents to the world. And what often happens is that when he loses all the external props for that he's been depending on, it's in danger of falling apart.
And we should obviously say that Nevada, Pennsylvania, these other states haven't been called yet, although it does look like Biden likely to win. You've worked on both of Obama's campaigns, so do us a favor, peel back the curtain just a bit. What's going on behind the scenes right now in both the Biden and Trump camps, do you think?
Well, and let me not overstate my role as, it's not like I was one of the senior leaders, but I did work on both of the Obama campaigns. And I think what we can expect, especially since the Biden campaign features a lot of Obama veterans, starting with Jen O'Malley Dillon, the campaign manager, that they are taking a very responsible approach to what should be happening from both sides of this contest, which is the responsible approach to a peaceful transition of power. I think that the fact that Joe Biden has been behaving in a presidential fashion is certainly no accident. He's somebody who actually understands what leadership is in a democracy, which is public service. He understands how important it is not to demonize the opposition, which is another one of Trump's many attacks on the foundations of democracy. We should disagree with each other, and even strenuously, but we must not cast each other as evil or as threats to the country, because that in itself is the threat to the country. So I imagine that what they're doing is building on a disciplined plan to prepare for a transition, which does seem inevitable, and to make sure that anything that either Biden or Kamala Harris says to the public emphasizes the importance that they will be leading all Americans and working to heal this division and put an end to this terrible fanning of the division that we've seen for the past 4 years.
And briefly, if you can, the court challenges, do you think they go anywhere?
No, I think they're baseless, as many legal experts have pointed out on, again, both conservative and liberal legal experts. I mean, a judge in one of these cases recently felt he had to warn one of the Trump administration lawyers that he was speaking as an attorney, as an officer of the court, and asking if he really wanted to keep saying what he was saying, because attorneys are not allowed to lie to judges. And I think that's an indication of how flimsy these legal actions are.